the things that keep resonating, I just keep hearing and seeing it is grace, gratitude. I feel like grace and gratitude will carry you places that talent and connections cannot.
Amen.
So a lot of what you have to deal with to make it from point A to point B, you tend to normalize this behavior things that you see, things that you have to go through, which it really isn't, but we call it culture.
Absolutely.
Destroying our communities, turning a blind eye to some BS. So it's bothersome that we do these things and we destroy ourselves and we call it culture.
Because people want to keep it real, right?
Keep it
You know,
real.
when you're in the streets and you're doing these things and you're getting away with it, it's very easy to keep it real and have your boys back, right? Because y'all have been through things together, but your back is not really against the wall yet. And the reason why I say that is because people really, just watch First 48. What they do is, I've been there, so I know, they put you in a position, if you go in as a group of 4, they're gonna isolate the 4 individuals. Automatically, human instinct, self-preservation.
First law of nature.
What do you think is gonna happen?
I gotta save myself in here.
Because you have a mama, I have a mama.
Right.
So what happens when you get in trouble, you get isolated in the rooms. The reality is all those codes that you've been loyal to because of culture and all that BS story you sold yourself on, when trouble really hit the fan and you really feel the weight of what you've done, then you start thinking logically. Disillusion wears off.
Right.
Your ass ain't as tough as you thought you were. You're not as big of a gangster as you thought you were.
Right.
You come from a good mama and a good grandmama. Grew up in the church praying. You just bought into all of this BS.
This image.
And now when you get in real trouble, the image goes away.
You see it so often.
And the first law of nature kicks in.
Self-preservation.
Right? Once you get in some real trouble, who you thought you were, that delusion is going away.
Now who you really are has to sit here and face your consequences.
You get what I'm saying? So it ain't the fact that you fake breaking, it's just, man, you sometimes can legit sell yourself on the idea of who you are. And then you get wrapped up into some stuff that you really shouldn't have never been in anyway. That wasn't for you.
Right.
You weren't really raised like that. That was just attractive to you. And you got yourself in that BS. Yeah. I know it's true and I can speak on it because that's what happened to me. And the reason why I want to go into this is because, how old was I? I was 19. I just turned 19. I got in trouble in April. Actually, that was 20 years ago.
2003?
It's 2003.
Wow.
20 years ago. Let's talk about this, man. Let's go into culture. And, as a 19-year-old, I had the opportunity to play ball, but I grew up in this culture. You know, where we from, west side of Tuscaloosa. You know, if you knew me from playing ball, we were all fresh and, being cool and having girls. You know what I mean? Wasn't no gangster,
No, we thought we were tough.
We thought we were tough.
wasn't no suckers, but, we weren't really pushing the line like that.
We weren't. So all of us, we thought that, got in a situation to where, just being transparent, this situation really ain't even had nothing to do with me. I had went to spring break with the guys on the football team. Some other people from Tuscaloosa was there. You know what I mean? Of course, I won't say any names out of respect. One of them still my brother to this day. We've been through the fire together, and that's my brother. Mad love and respect for him. But anyway, I was there 6 days on the beach, kicking it with the guys from the team. And then, we had this penthouse, so it was like me and a couple guys from the football team staying in this house. And it was like 15 of us in one spot. It was like penthouse.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the guys from and some girls from Tuscaloosa was there, right? And one of their people went to jail for disorderly conduct.
See, disorderly conduct.
Yeah.
That's what you're supposed to go to jail for.
And we were leaving the next day. And I think if I remember correctly, they didn't have any money to bond him out.
Wow.
I had a phone call with my one of my buddies who I played with. His dad was on the phone. He was like, "What y'all gonna do? Y'all can't just leave that boy down there like that. What y'all gonna do?" So you know me, being who I am, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna ride for the cause. And what really forced me in that direction was we ended up partying that night. Isn't that crazy? Misdemeanor. $200.
It's
Got
like,
wrapped
man,
up.
I thought I knew this story, man,
No,
but
man.
just
And
the
so-
simple fact that y'all traded a disorderly conduct for armed robbery, man.
Trying to keep it real though.
What, when keeping it real goes wrong?
Absolutely, like 110. This was they do. They weren't leaving without their homeboy. I ended up, me and my buddy, we ended up partying with some girls, and it's so crazy talking about culture. She asked me, and we were funneling. Oh, this was my drink at the time. Hypnotic Hennessy. Right. That Incredible Hulk when you mix and turn green.
Right.
Man, that's when that drink was popping,
That
right?
definitely sounds like a 20-year-old.
That was my drink. That Hypno drink. That Incredible Hulk.
100%.
Man, so we up there killing that. And this young lady who I was partying with, she asked me for some cocaine. And that scared the hell out of me. And it just blows my mind to this day. See, where we from, you can come across some alcohol, you're gonna come across some weed, and of course there's some crack around, but nobody messed with crack. No. There wasn't any cocaine. There was nobody who could afford cocaine. In our circle,
we weren't partying like
you know
that.
what I mean? Nah. So there was no real exposure to it in high school. Really. So when she asked me for it, I thought about the stories my grandma taught me, unfortunately, but like Lynn Bias and all of that. I was like, oh my God, I need to get out of here. I ran, literally, I left from partying and hanging out and snorting cocaine to go get in the car with some homies that was looking to go rob and get money to get that boy out of jail. It's crazy that seems safer to me. At my little 19 drunk mind, going to go rob somebody was a lot safer than staying back partying and snorting cocaine. And it's really because that's what I was exposed to more.
Exposure, yep.
You feel what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Isn't that crazy? That's ridiculous.
All of it's ridiculous.
It is, but seriously, this is what happened when you look at kids and you hear about these stories that happen every year, every spring break across the world. You just threw your life away. What were you thinking? Yada, yada, yada. There's a lot of things that go into these kids' brain, bro.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Guilt.
They under the influence. They choose. You got to think about, not only are they under the influence, but what is life like around them on their way up? Why is robbing somebody, why did that seem like a better option than snorting cocaine?
You just said it, exposure. They were exposed to a lifestyle where that way of life was normalized. It wasn't, bro, some of the things that we've seen weren't normal, but we saw it so often. You heard about stories about people that you knew going through things like that it just seemed like it was par for the course. Mm-hmm. So when you got down there in that situation, coming from where you came from, robberies just seemed like something that was normal.
Seemed better than snorting cocaine.
Like you say, we didn't see. I ain't never at that age I ain't never been around. I ain't never seen no coke. Seen crack being sold, but never no pure cocaine for party purposes. Yep. Even to this day, as a full-grown adult, I've never been around cocaine. It's not my scene.
Absolutely.
Based on everything that we've discussed and everything that you've brought to our attention tonight on this episode, it reminded me of a quote that I recently saw that people talking about they're constantly fighting these demons when reality, you're just fighting the consequences of your decisions.
Oh, talk to me.
You know what I mean?
Talk to me.
Tell me as candid and as raw as you can, if you felt like you would be in this position or have this mentality or be thriving the way you are in life if it had not been for that.
When I look at it, I look at it two ways sometimes. Of course, God doesn't make mistakes. And through his grace and his mercy, he knew that I was going to choose that. And he went before me and made a plan and led me to this point. But I also, what really inspires me and motivates me is I know at the end of our life, we got to give an account for everything we've done. And it's the what could have been that really drives, I'm going to say how I feel it. Excuse my language. It just drives the shit out of me. Because I know about the parable with the talents. The man with 5, God gave him 5 talents, he brought back 10. To one he gave 2, came back 4. The one that had 1, he took the 1 and buried it and didn't do anything with it, and he got rebuked. Right? So I think about ultimate grace, his ultimate will for my life. If I would have utilized everything that I had, all of the life lessons, teachings, if I just would have honored the path that my mama and my grandmama set me on, all of my coaches, in spite of the fact that my dad wasn't there, if I just would have listened to the people that were in my life, there's no telling where I could be right now. And although this is a blessing, and I'm grateful for this, sometimes I wonder what could have been.
That thought still haunts you?
That's what drives, this is some of that battery that's in my back. It drives me what could have been. Because the reality is, I did make the choice. I didn't make the right choice.
Right.
And I still fail at making the right choice sometimes. But what really drives me to try to get it in more, make more right choices, or at least get my butt up and hustle and just keep grinding, is because I don't know what could have been. And I am going to maximize every day, hour, second I can right now and go as far as I can. You feel me? To the best of my ability. And I don't know if I'm trying to make up ground for myself or not. Man, some of my best dreams to this day, like I can't even really describe it, but it's the dream to where like I feel it in my heart and my soul. It's me running the ball at the University of Alabama. Those are the dreams I never want to wake up from. Because I believe if I just would have done right, that was an open door for me. I don't know how far I would have went. I ain't said what I would have accomplished, but I know that door was open. Right. That I know. Right. You know, and it was shut based upon the decisions that I made. So now I am running through every open door. I am running through walls, trying to make open doors. I am doing everything I possibly can, you know, while I can to just live out my goals, my dreams, you know?
So can I ask you
make
this?
up for that.
What do you think it would take for you to finally scratch that? Have you forgiven yourself? Let me ask you that. Have you forgiven yourself for that?
Honestly, man, I don't know. That's the realest answer I can tell you, bro. So some days, you know, I get a glimpse of where I am and what I'm able to do, and I can just tears roll down my face because I'm just so grateful. You feel me? Then there's times where I look around and it's like, I ain't there yet, bro. Yes, I'm grateful, but I'm not there yet.
Man, I want you to give yourself some grace, because the 2 most important things to me since we've embarked on this 1090 thing is the things that keep resonating. I just keep hearing and seeing it is grace and gratitude. Amen. I feel like grace and gratitude will carry you places that talent and connections cannot.
Amen. Man, preach that.
Yes. Grace and gratitude, because I feel like a lot of this other stuff requires a lot of things to help go right externally. Yeah. But grace and gratitude for yourself and what you have, that's something that you can control.
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying? So,
and I got to do a better job of that.
Taking that time to appreciate what you have, because I just feel it in my soul that what you have and So what you say you want, you can't get there until you learn to appreciate what you have.
That's absolutely right.
That is a springboard
I
to the next level. How can you get someplace when you can't even appreciate the foundation that you're saying you're trying to stand on?
Yep.
It's like running in sand
You
or
are.
standing in
You're
quicksand.
just spinning your wheels.
You're spinning your wheels because you can't be grateful for what you have, but say you telling
But
the
I'm
universe and
striving.
the Lord you want more.
Yes.
How?
Yeah.
How, Sway?
Houseway.
How can you want more and you can't even appreciate what you have in this moment? Grace and gratitude, my man. Give yourself some grace and be grateful for where you are, because I'm telling you, you are light years ahead of a lot of people. As we are in the heart of Atlanta right now as we speak. And we know as we travel, going here and fro around here, we see people sitting on the streets. I mean, the homelessness in major cities like Atlanta in America, it's heartbreaking.
It is.
And like we discussed, you don't want to judge these people because you don't know what it took for them to get there.
Yeah.
They're not, just because you're homeless doesn't mean you're lazy or incompetent or just don't want more for yourself. You know, you fell on hard times, and then that, like you say, it's a slippery slope.
It is a slippery slope.
And what happens when you're on a slippery slope? You just free fall.
Yep, absolutely.
Until you hit rock bottom. And sometimes when people hit rock bottom, they don't know how to get themselves back up.
Yeah.
It's just not that they don't want to, they just don't know how to.
They don't know they don't have the resources. They really don't.
And then once you get to that point and people see you living on the street, they treat you as if you're less than. You don't matter no more. So you getting a hand up is damn near impossible.
Yeah, that's true. People don't
So you have to rely on your own devices.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so just grace and gratitude, my friends. Give yourself some grace, first of all. Because
that's hard to do. I don't know why. I can give grace to the next person. And that's something I got to learn to do. That's something I will commit to. It's something that I got to think about and pray about in my own time. And something because I can give grace to the next person, but forgiving myself for that slip up, man, that's, not just, it's just, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like, honestly, man, keeping it real, bro, I feel like I go hard to be successful to run away from those demons. You see what I'm saying? Just keeping a
You think success keeps them at bay?
No. I just acknowledge them. I know they're there, and I know the Spirit of God is there. And I'm just trying to do as much good as I can while I can, because I really don't know when the time is up. So I hope I understand what you're telling me. It's what I've been preaching to people. I need to enjoy every moment, every step, every day. That's what the power is. Don't just preach it out, because I can tell you how to do it so good. But applying it to myself is so hard, bro. It really is. And I don't even understand why, dog. But it is, man. So that's why I just try to work and get lost in my purpose. Yeah. So I would like to give myself more grace and have more gratitude so I can enjoy my purpose more. That's the next level for me, for sure. And I appreciate you pointing that out. Because honestly, before we came here tonight, I was watching an interview, and we got to find it, because what you hit on, Shannon Sharp was interviewing Steve Harvey.
Right. That's a good one.
It's amazing. And just Steve Harvey is really in my spirit, and I love Shannon Sharp. But Steve was pressing hard to get to the next level. And for whatever reason, Steve had to go back home to his ranch and just settle down a little bit. And God just told him to look around.
Yeah, I saw that.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to find that clip and put that in there, because that is so powerful. I watched that while I was over there, before we came over here to shoot this tonight. That's what I was watching. So I know that's a word.
Yeah.
And it fits, because I know there's probably a lot of people who can extend grace to their neighbor, but they can't give grace to themselves.